So, Maria, how are you today?
I'm all right. I feel a bit like allergy issues and stuff, but I'm okay. Hope you're good too.
Yeah, good, good. Thank you. So, Maria, your third album, Distortion, is to be out on September 6th. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting and production behind this new album?
Yeah, so this is our third album, and for me it feels like we learn so much more every time. And this is our first album where we've really collected some life experience over these years. It's been, I think, Run came out 2022. So yeah, there's been a bit of time in between. We were writing our previous album way before that. We were writing it in the pandemic. And this time, yeah, we could collect much more experience. And also me, I gained much more experience with shouting and just getting to know myself more. And I think we all did. And that influenced that album a bit. I think you can hear that a little bit. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And was there some kind of concept or a theme that goes behind this album?
Yeah, the album is about mental health mainly. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And distortion is from the term cognitive distortion, from yeah, a psychological term, and it is about how your view is distorted a lot of times when you have mental illness, or yeah, if some symptoms of that come in, and then you see things way worse than for what they are, or yeah, way more dramatic or way more anxious than they are. And each song has a little different meaning and mental health issue. One of them got like ADHD issues or anxiety or depression, and also one about narcissism, which is nothing I'm familiar with, but I see a lot in this world and a lot of people struggle with. So yeah, that is kind of the main theme of the album.
Fantastic. And speaking on the album now, 11 mind-blowing songs, beautifully written, great vocals, amazing musicianship,
Thanks.
as always from Frozen Palace. So fantastic work again from you guys. So thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the awesome album this year. And as a band, as a creator, how do you guys feel about the outcome of Distortion?
Um, I think it's actually surprisingly good for the circumstances it was created in, because we were recording it in January. I
Mm.
think we ended in early February, and we had to delay the entire studio visit because of a wisdom tooth infection that I had, and I had to get a surgery, emergency surgery to get that tooth out. And I was on antibiotics this entire time and had like many issues with my jaw, and it was very, very stressful and a lot of time pressure for everyone, but especially on me because I had the pain. So that was so annoying, and I was very scared in the process that everything will not work out and sound very bad, and that I will not be able to sing and all that. But I'm very, very happy how it turned out for all of that. And I hope that you cannot really hear all the stress, and maybe that it even helped the album a little bit being more authentic and yeah, more creative, I think.
Beautiful, beautiful. And a month back, you put up the video for Dream State. Like I said, it's a great song and a great video you
Thanks.
have made. And would you like to tell me a bit on the making of this video and about this song in particular?
Yeah, Dream State is a one song that we finished like very late while writing the album. We were going back and forth with the instrumental because I was struggling quite a bit to relate to the instrumentals here and there. And due to like time pressure, I was taking all the songs first that I liked the instrumentals for, and left all the instrumentals I didn't like that our guitarist did, and didn't use them. But as closer as we got to the studio, we knew we need more songs, and I already used all of the ones that I liked. And then with Dream State, the demo was a bit different, and I listened to it and I was like, okay, let's change it up. Let's start working on the song. And I went on the piano and I like played the chorus, sang along to it. And yeah, it was one of the songs where we worked a little more intense on the instrumental together, and I ended up very much liking it in the demo already, and I was like, okay, this turned from me not liking the song to actually one of my favorites. And then in the studio, funnily, the producers also said when they listened to it, that's our favorite demo from all of them and the favorite song so far. So yeah, we knew quite early this should be a single because it works really well. And in the studio, they also worked on it super nicely. And the topic is just so, I think, so relatable to everyone because it's about being like burnt out, being overwhelmed, but also being depressed, like a lot of different perspectives that you can look on to. But from my perspective, it was being so burnt out and so depressed that I didn't even want to wake up anymore, stand up anymore, and just stay in my dream world and sleeping and not going into the stressful daily life. And yeah, I found myself being in that state a lot of times also on tour, and writing the song was just very good for me and needed, and doing that music video as well, because you could just make all these images of that world where it's so silent and peaceful, and I wanted it to feel very slow and quiet. Well, the song is not so quiet, but the images should be very slow and nice and almost like a fairy tale kind of thing. So yeah, that's that story.
Beautiful. And I know the album is almost a month away, but in the meantime, do you guys have planned to come up with one more single before the release?
Yeah, there are a few songs that we will still show. One will actually be out next week, which is not announced yet. So I don't even know when we announce it. I think maybe today even, I hope. But yeah, so there's still one of my favorite songs that's not out yet, and it will be a single. So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that. And yeah, so there's some stuff that you can look forward to.
Fantastic, fantastic. And any big plans for the day of the release?
I wish, but as it looks for now, it ends how it started because I will get another wisdom tooth surgery, which was actually, I was supposed to have it last week, but the doctor told me it's too risky because we fly on a festival this week, and he said it's too risky, but I have like some trauma now because the wisdom tooth came out of nowhere and I was just gone. Like I couldn't do anything because of the infection. So yeah, I will probably be like 2 days after my surgery with full swollen face and sit at home and be on my laptop and hope that everyone online will celebrate it. It's kind of sad. We wanted to do something, but I have to, because we're gone so often. We're on tour, we're on festivals, we do so much that there's never really time to be away from me for 3 weeks, which I need to heal. So I have to do it sometime when there's nothing planned. Yeah, so sad, but that's it.
Yeah, gotcha. And with the issues in your tooth, or do you think there'll be a break from taking on touring, or what's the plan for the band now?
Well, actually, we just had a break. We just had like 3 weeks with no shows almost. So this week, yeah, actually, it's this week, it's Monday. We fly to Finland and then we go back into the festival craziness where we just been at the past weeks. We will go to Kustok, then Wacken, Summer Breeze, all of these crazy things. Also, we will play at an award show here in Germany, Metal Hammer Award Show. Very new for us as well. Very crazy experience. And then almost right after, we will go to the headline tour of us, the Europe and UK headline tour. And yeah, so no breaks really. And also in the future, there's already many, many plans. And yeah, we will be on the road quite a lot.
Fantastic. And the band's history goes back to 2018 when it all started, and 2020 you had Escape, and
Hmm.
22 Run, and now Distortion. So how has this musical journey has been for you guys so far?
I cannot really put that into short message or anything because it's like life in general. You cannot really sum up that many years, and not only just years of living and growing, and me also, like I started, I was 21 and now I'm 27. So imagine already that time in your life where you grow so much and learn so much, and we've jumped every year. We had a bigger jump, like career wise. We started pretty big for us personally, getting a label deal quite fast. We had the pandemic with our first album. The second album was written in the pandemic, and we toured for the first time, and we've been through Europe for like I think 4 or 5 times now. Had an arena tour. I was in a cinema movie, like so much stuff, and it's so surreal to be there where we are right now. And I think it's what we all really wished for, and it all empowered us to believe in ourselves. I think that we can do what we want in life. And that's also what I want to tell people when I'm on stage, that if I manage to do this, I think a lot of people can if they believe in themselves. And yeah, it's crazy to see how much power 3 people can have when they really want something. And yeah, to sum it up, it's really
Absolutely.
cool.
And what has been some of the highlight moments for the band recently?
I think, as I said, for me personally, was like the cinema thing this year, which was something I was actually not thinking about ever in my life, that I would be in a cinema with Electric Callboy with their tour movie. So that was very, very wild and weird. I think another highlight for us will be playing at Wacken, which is huge, and I've never been there. We've never played there, of course. So we are very, very happy to be there. And I think, okay, there's so many highlights, I cannot even sum it up. I think in the future will be maybe these award shows that we've never done, and also headline tours are always a big highlight because it's so rewarding to finally meet all your fans in real life and hear them sing along, hear their stories and the emotion in their face, and know that all the stress is worth it in the end, and that there are people who care for you and for your work. And that is so nice, because with many other jobs you put so much work in there and passion, and you don't get that rewarding experience like headline tours. Like, yeah, I think that will probably be our highlight, to be honest.
And the band's songwriting has majorly focused on personal issues, mental health. And is there any particular reason that you have chosen this particular topic for your songwriting?
And it's not a decision really, it is more just nature of me being that. Because I think it makes sense that art is always very close to you. I couldn't make art, or I wouldn't enjoy doing art that I cannot refer to and relate to. And since I've been through like I've just been through quite some things in life, and I always use music as my source to deal with all of the stuff, all the emotions, like in source. And I've always, even before Future Palace, written my thoughts and my feelings out on paper and created songs with that. And singing is like such a therapy. Like screaming is so nice to get all of that out. And I think for the guys, it was quite interesting maybe in the beginning, because yeah, it is really honest, and we didn't talk face to face about these stories. And I remember back in like 2019, 2020, our drummer Johannes was in the car with us, like, actually our lyrics are very, very sad. Like, are they for real? Like, is that really how you feel? Like, because one of them was about domestic violence, and he's like, because we never talk about that. And I was like, yeah, they're all real. It's all things I've been through, and that's just what music is for me. And he's like, well, if that's the case, we should focus on that and embrace it. And I was like, okay, well, because it's just me, it's just my thoughts, like a diary or something. And he kind of empowered me at that day to be more aware and be more confident with sharing my thoughts and getting them out there in the world. And also not only writing these songs and performing them, but telling the people that's my story and that's real, because that can be very scary, and it is scary a lot of times. And it's also weird to make a business out of your pain, to be honest. But yeah, that's kind of how it went. Just very, very natural, I think, for a lot of musicians.
Thanks so much for sharing. And Future Palace has stormed the world in the last 2 albums and have a name on the global metal scene. So how do you feel about the achievements that you guys have done over these years?
It is crazy. I don't even know how people perceive us. It is always crazy to me that people even know us every time I go on stage. I'm like, I don't really get used to it. It's just always surprising that just the three of us, we are all from Berlin. We all met with our dream, and dreams can be so different from reality. And I'm just very, very thankful and grateful for the two boys I'm in a band with and who we all decided to work with because they are very, very hardworking people and you can really rely on them. And that's rare in this world. And I think we as humans grew so much, and that's almost the core of everything. To be the people you work with, you have to get along with them and talk to them, and communication is so important. And I think because our core is so strong, that's one of the reasons just why we grow big as a band so quickly. Yeah, compared to others, maybe quickly. I don't know if it's that quick. I think if you really work for it, it can work that quickly. But that is probably the answer. Like, get someone who's creative and honest, but don't let them alone because that's me. I would drown on my own. But since I have these two boys, they help a lot to keep this going and to get things done on time.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Maria, finally, do you have any message for the fans around the world?
Um, I think, yeah, today, what I just mentioned earlier is maybe that if you do believe in something or really want something, there will always be reasons not to do it, always. But if you want it, don't care about these fears because, as I said, there will always be things against it. But if you really want something, just go for it and work for it, and there will eventually be a way, hopefully, to achieve that. Yeah.
Mhm. Beautiful. Thank you. And Maria, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And thanks to you and the boys for putting up this amazing album, Distortion, on September 6th. So thanks for the musical awesomeness, and really hoping to see you guys on the road in 2025.
Nice. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you
Thank
at
you.
some show
My
in the
pleasure.
future.
My pleasure. Yeah, take care and have a great evening. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, you too.